Welcome to Activations with JJ Ascension Message. Today our themes revolve around what is our higher self, and also a brief explanation about light language, exactly what it is and how it functions to help you on your ascension journey. Hello my friends, thank you so much for joining me for this Ascension Message. Whether you just found me or you've been with me for a while, I am so excited to co-create with you and bring through the messages of this episode. For those of you who have just started listening to me, just to give you a quick recap of what I do and how I do it, I started out by just doing a simple podcast and I called it Activations with JJ. Each week I would bring through a channeled message from a different being and sometimes just my own thoughts and intuition about events regarding ascension and spiritual awakening. You can listen to all those all the way back, and it's interesting to see how they've morphed and changed over the different, basically months. I haven't been doing this for years, just months. I was just looking back on some episodes, and I remembered that I used to do the Ascension Diaries episodes, which were so fun. Those were when I kind of told you a little bit about my personal ascension journey. And I think I might start those back up again because there is still so much more that I would love to share about my journey in hopes that it helps you on yours. But you can always look back at those. Just go to the playlist Ascension Diaries on my YouTube channel and you will find that. In addition, I kind of switched up the way I do things. I used to do a weekly energy update. Now I do a monthly energy update and a weekly Ascension message. I also have another series which is ongoing. I still haven't wanted to end it yet because I love it so much. And that is our Ascension School series. I just published an incredible episode all about how my journey to develop my psychic abilities came about, as well as some of the basics surrounding the Galactic Federation. I have absolutely loved publishing that episode. In fact, I've had people reach out to me and give me more information about other groups that are bringing through the Galactic Federation and channeling them and holding gatherings, and I will make sure I drop that here in the link below. You can find out more about what they're doing. I am also diving right into the Galactic Federation in the month of August. I'm launching a Galactic Federation seminar series. It will be 3 seminars. They will each be 75 minutes long, so pretty detailed. This could be for somebody who doesn't know a lot about the Galactic Federation, but I feel like if you already have a little bit of a foundation, it would be helpful. It's just a lot easier to understand some of the concepts if you come with that. However, a great way for you to get used to it is by coming to the Galactic Federation gatherings or any of the gatherings which I hold. So if you've been to those, you're already prepped, you know what's going on, and you can go deeper with me with these Galactic Federation seminar series. In each of the seminars, and there will be 3, they will be held on Sundays during the month of August, 3 of the Sundays in August 2022. I plan on channeling various entities of the Galactic Federation. I don't know who they are yet. It's going to be a surprise. But although I don't know exactly who I am channeling, I have received information from my guides about the topics that will be covered. Seminar number 1 is called Ground Crew Upgrades, ground crew meaning us here on the ground on Earth. Seminar number 2, I channeled the name Seeding Unity Consciousness. And then seminar number 3 is called Fruits of Unity Consciousness. So if that doesn't pique your interest, I don't know what does. And it also piques mine because, again, most of the time I prepare a little bit, but it all kind of floods in during those seminars. So make sure you click on that link below if you want to join us or even just find out more about the Galactic Federation seminar series in August. Coming up even sooner than that, though, I actually have a light language circle, and that'll be on the 23rd of July, after which we will be followed on the 24th of July by a Lemurian Sisterhood of the Rose gathering. All of my gatherings are now available as playbacks on my website. All you have to do is, again, click on the link below and you can find out how to purchase those playbacks. You can participate and co-create even after the fact because there's really no such thing as time, right? So it's a great way for you to dip into that energy. I tell you what, they are so unique and different. And I feel like they come out that way because the people that gather are all just different energies. And so when I channel, each gathering comes out so different to the next one. But there are similarities. There are threads that come throughout them. And so again, if you feel like you've missed out, don't worry. Those are going to be starting to be available on that website. Some are already uploaded. I'll be continually uploading more as time goes by. And if you hear me announce a gathering and you can't make it live, then you know. Now you can just go on my website and download that from there. All right, my friends, today I am going to talk about a couple of subjects that have been on my mind. Ascension messages are really about just covering those current topics that I feel and I'm tapping into right now as we speak. One of them is actually related to the concept of our higher self. It was really interesting this week because I published an Instagram reel video with some light language. And my intention with that particular light language when I sat down to record it was to help create some vibrations that would assist people in connecting with their higher self. That's the intention I set. So I went ahead and I published that reel on Instagram. The next day, I published that reel on TikTok. And as I was creating the title, Spirit said to me, hang on, do you notice that little bit of programming that's in there? It's not just connecting to your higher self. It's just being aware that that connection is there. Your higher self, it's like your hand. It's a part of your body. You can't not be connected to it. And so I actually indicated that in the reel. I actually put in the little description there, just so you know, we don't have to connect. We're already connected. It's just bringing our awareness to that connection. So that analogy of the body and the higher self being like a part of the body was really fascinating to me. And it was amplified even more during a few sessions over the last couple of days where Spirit really drove home to me and really leveled the playing field when it comes to our higher self. Our higher self is not superior to us and does not see itself as superior to us. It's almost like a body, okay? So you know you have a brain and you have kind of like a super consciousness, but you also have your like nervous system and you have your cardiovascular system, and all of those systems are extremely vital to you being able to survive and you being able to run and jump and breathe and do all the things you do as a human being and talk. And the thing is our higher self sees us that exact same way. We are a vital part of our higher self. Just like our cells, our systems of our body are a vital part of us. There is no one part better than any other part. And that is part of our deprogramming from this idea and this concept that we are lesser than. Honestly, a lot of that comes from religious programming because we tend to have seen God in a way that we're worshiping, right? In a state of worship. And the word worship is a little bit tainted because in a religious settings, a lot of times we're seen as like the dirt and we are not worthy and all of those things and the shame and the guilt that comes along with it. A word that also has religious connotations that I don't feel is so much full of programming. For me personally, it might be for other people who were raised in other religions, but the word communion, the word just spending time with God, or if you want to look at it as your higher self, that word feels better to me and it includes less programming than you're going to bow down on your knees and worship me, which is, again, a lot of what we get from the Bible. The Bible has a lot of sort of that feel to it. And that's a whole nother subject when I talk about what the Bible is and where it came from. And some people think the interdimensionals in there were causing people to worship them. So it's a fascinating subject, my friends, that might be included in an Ascension School episode. But either way, the idea of the higher self and the idea that you are already connected to your higher self, by and large, as people come to do one-on-one sessions with me, a majority are seeking to connect. And this is the words that they use. I don't know how to connect with my higher self, or I sometimes connect with my higher self, but it's hard for me to do so. And that is part of the programming we have. It's like, wait a minute. Okay, hang on. You're already connected. Just say it. I am connected to my higher self, and I am my higher self, and my higher self is me. It's just what I was telling you a couple of episodes ago, and I changed the way that I finish all of my episodes with a different phrase that puts us all on a level playing field. So that idea that our higher self is superior to us, we're kind of deprogramming for that our higher self is disconnected from us if we're not worthy to receive that connection. Nope. Nothing you can do can make you disconnect from your higher self. It'd just be like chopping off your hand. And it's not going to happen. I mean, you could technically with your body, but you can't do that with your soul. It's already there. It's already built in. Now, there may be some way to do it that is in the deepest depths of something that I don't understand of quantum physics. But for me, and for what I want to teach you today, it's that you're already connected. And that is the point I want to drive home. You are already connected to your higher self. Your higher self is always coming through. That's the other thing. It's like when I have people who are like, I don't know if I'm hearing me or my higher self. I'm like, it's all you. It's all you. It's just different multidimensional parts of you. So again, we have to get that program out of our mind that says, first of all, that our higher self is going to give us the right answer, because all the answers could be right. All the answers could be right. But for now, what we're focusing on in this part of our evolution, of our soul evolution, is what is the experience we want to have, not what is the right thing to do. What do we choose to do? Those of you who are listening to me don't need the lecture very much about making decisions that are in or out of alignment. You guys need the one that says, honor your sovereignty. You know what you want. Choose it. Make that choice. Have fun. Be a creator. That's the lecture I'm giving you today. Okay, so that's the first part of my ascension message. The second part of my ascension message, I just want to drop in really quickly because I had this amazing information dropped right in front of me. And it's fascinating because actually there are just so many people out there that are gifted, that do light language, that are very similar to what I do, and in different ways though. And many of you have probably worked with them. So many different people who do light language and are bringing that through on the planet today. And I came across a website called Angelic Earth Resonance. And the name of the person who runs this website is Jennifer Robel. And I loved her explanation of what is light language. And this is hers, and I don't want to take this whole thing and just read it off to you. But I want to make sure and highlight a couple of things that I found, because I do have a lot of people ask me, like, exactly what is light language? What do we do? I'll leave a link to her website here. She also offers all kinds of light language mentorship and all kinds of things that she does. And I 100% support and honor what she does. But again, I want to drop in with just a few things that come from her website. She says, because light language is a multidimensional language, it contains vast amounts of information in small packages. It is not just a language. It is encoded and, in a way, alive. I also find it helpful to think of it in terms of computer software, and we are the hardware. Software can contain a vast amount of information, as can one word, or one sign, or one symbol in light language. Light language is considered to be the language of the angels, or the language of the soul. She goes on to explain a few things that I think will help clarify also what I do, and maybe what you do. Maybe some of you out there do this. And she says, generally, there are 4 different ways to communicate and express light language: speaking, signing, like with your hands, singing, and writing. And I believe like signing can also be with your whole entire body, because you can express light language through your body. The rest of this portion of this blog says there are an infinite amount of different kinds of light languages and variations within each kind, because the universe is a vast and infinite place. Generally speaking, there are 4 basic kinds of light language that fits somewhere between in these categories: angelic, elemental, galactic, and Gaia languages. So I'm going to stop right there. That part really helped explain what I do, because those of you who've been with me before, you know that I jump from one to the next, to the next, to the next. But I absolutely feel that sort of division between them. There is a way to sort of categorize that, and it's incredible. One of the reasons I'm bringing this up is because I've had a lot of requests for people who are just starting out with their light language, and I really feel like the containers I have at the moment, or had at the moment, weren't quite adequate for what those people wanted. So I have opened a space where I will be doing small group light language mentoring. I'll join together 3 or 4 people in one container, and we will practice our light language together. There's something about doing it in a little group, not a huge group. That can be intimidating, I know, but a smaller group that I've noticed empowers people with their light language. So if you want to find out more about that, I'm going to start creating those containers in September. So keep an eye out for those things if that feels like something that you want to participate in. It's just been on my mind, and I want to be able to nurture and help people who are developing their light language for the reasons that I mentioned in the energy update for June, when Spirit came through and said the fastest way to activate and to upgrade our DNA is through light language. And many of you are on that journey and you want to find additional ways to do it. Light language is going to be it. Okay, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. I once again express my gratitude to you for co-creating with me, sending you so much love and reminding you that I am you and you are me and we are we.